Weight of the crew may not exceed 70 kilos. The defending champions from Poland in lane number 4. The Bow and Pascal Tour in the stroke seat for France. Germany, who are in lane 2, the experienced Ingo Euler and Bernhard Ruhling. In lane 3, Switzerland, the Olympic champions. And also the world champions, the Gear brothers, back in 1995, but last year only 4th. And here are the champions. Thomas Kruczarski, he's the man on the right with the beard, and sitting in front of him, Robert Zitz. In lane 5, Italy, the very experienced Michelangelo Crispi and Leonardo Pettinari. And then closest to you, a Dutch entry, but 2 very experienced men, Martin van der Linden and Pepin Ardwin.
Champions Poland, they won very well last year. They were very confident racers. And I would expect that they are the crew to beat again here this time around. Italy, very strong, very experienced with Pettinari and Crispi, very, very experienced racers, gold medalists as well. So a very mouth-watering prospect in ahead of us here, with the Olympic champions, the Gear brothers from Switzerland, making sure that these two don't have it their own way.
And a real good effort by all of these 6 finalists to get in the final, because this was again another terrific entry. 25 boats, that's the most we've had since 1995, since the Olympic qualifying regatta, and I feel that probably in Canada next year it's going to increase yet again.
Well, it's a very competitive event. Very definite difference here in styles. You have the Polish double, very upright, big bounce in their boat. You can see their boat just diving in the bows there at the finish of the stroke. And closest to us, the Italians with that very strong horizontal drive, the legs driving down. They're almost on the backstop before they bring the bodies in. So very much, just watch the 2 styles there, upright poles, very much with a back lift and the bouncing boat and the horizontal drive of the Italians. And then a more traditional style from the Gear brothers there, very nicely linked up between legs, back and arms as they pick up and drive through the stroke.
What do you make of the dark glasses today on the Italian crew?
Can't quite see the point of it myself, but it looks pretty stylish, and if it helps them to win, well, so be it.
Well, the Poles have gone through, as you can see, in a 1:32.11. 2 young men, Thomas on the right there, only 23, and Robert a year older. So lots of years ahead of this too, and as you said, pretty impressive in taking the title last year and looking good. They've got, what, almost half a length over the Italians, with the Gear brothers in just about 3rd place. And here are the Gear brothers in the bow. That's Marcus with his back to you, 28 years of age, celebrates his birthday on the 1st of January. And then in front of him, his older brother, Michael. 650 meters completed, and the order hasn't changed at all. Still Poland, and just increasing the advantage a little.
Just edging out. I mean, it's the way they raced it last year as well. They were a revelation last year. They looked so confident, and really no one had heard anything of them at all before. But here they are, doing the same thing again, very nicely together, and a much more punchy action from the Italian double closest to us. Really trying to hang on. They have all the experience there, but there's nothing much they can do to catch this very confident Polish double. A lot of lie back there from bow, and a definite bounce to the boat.
And the gap is opening up. It's now a length of clear water as we take a look at the Swiss. As I mentioned, they were 4th a year ago. We go through the half distance there. Poland, Italy, Switzerland, Germany, the Dutch and the French making no impression at this moment.
Surprising that Holland on the favoured lane, on lane 6, are really not making a move at all. They're back in 5th position. France on the least favoured lane, out on the far side, also back in 6th place. But it's here, Poland in the middle of the course, really squeezing it away. Big finish there at the end of the stroke, where they send it away, and they've opened up now to a length as they come up through the halfway point.
Here are the Germans trying to get closer to at least the bronze medal position. Just give you a couple of splits down. The 1:32.11 was the Polish first 500, 1:34.49 in the second 500 and no one travelling quicker, and again just eking out a few more centimetres over the Italians, and I think now trying to put this beyond doubt.
Well, it is interesting. I mean, they're certainly putting it beyond doubt, but it is interesting that most of the crews around at the moment would not be lying back so far in the boat and bouncing the boat so much. Most people would be working to try and keep the boat running at an even keel all the time, like the Italians are doing here. And the Italians, of course, masters at crew sculling, always very successful both at lightweight and heavyweight. But it's Poland, with that layback, who are moving further and further out in front. And here a much more traditional style from the German double, who are putting pressure a little bit on the Gear brothers. But Poland really marching away out there, about 2 lengths ahead of Italy.
Yeah, shades of yesterday and Alison Korn and Emma Robinson from Canada, because this is a commanding performance by the Poles ahead of the Italians and the Germans. Just a mention of Bernard Ruhling. He's another local man. Cologne is hometown, so he's got lots of local support, and maybe that'll just lift them into a medal position. At the moment they're vying with the Swiss for that bronze medal. His partner Ingo Euler from Stuttgart, and you can see the Germans on the far side, and there's the Swiss, and the Germans at the moment getting the better of the argument. The Italians in second place, a little bit in no man's land at the moment, but in silver medal position. They can look over to their right and see that battle going on. The Poles have gone, they're home almost, and there they are, and here they are once again. And this, if last year was impressive, this has to be just at least as good as that, if not better.
Well, Italy secure in second place, but the real battle now is back behind them for the bronze medal. Germany have got the edge on the Swiss, but the Swiss are fighting back. The Gear brothers are fighting back up to 40 strokes a minute, and they're moving back past Germany. Moving back using all that experience from their years together. They're into the bronze medal position, but it's Poland out in front.
Well, it's very tight. I wouldn't say they've necessarily got there. The angle's very deceptive. There's very little to choose them. The Poles are going towards the line. They're going to take the gold. The Italians are going to get the silver, but who on earth is going to get the bronze? The Gears and Germany on the far side, and it's the Gears. Oh, just, I would say, the Gears held on, and the Germans coming back at them, but the Swiss have snatched the bronze away, and the Germans, despite a huge crowd support, couldn't quite make it. But let's focus on the Poles. That was a magnificent performance. So Poland all the way, impressive, and it'll take a very good crew to lower their colours.